The 4 duets are late masterpieces of Bach, already written in the city of Leipzig. They come from 1739, so it's 11 years before his death. They form a part of the third part of his so-called Klavierübung, keyboard exercise. When Bach uses the word clavier, of course he doesn't mean a Steinway piano, but he means all the keyboard instruments of his time. The clavichord, the harpsichord, the pedal piano, and the organ. These duets are most probably meant to be played on the organ, on 2 manuals. But here, as opposed to the 2-part inventions, we are dealing with very, very complex forms and very complex counterpoint. Bach has reached here the zenith and the most that one can say with 2 voices. There are 4 pieces: E minor, F major, G major, and A minor. So it's a scale, an ascending scale, 2 in minor and 2 in major. And in this Klavierübung, which includes the partitas, the Italian concerto, the French overture, these duets and the organ pieces, and the final volume is the Goldberg variations. So here we can admire and observe Bach, the scientist. He sets himself the most difficult tasks and he solves them to perfection and beyond. What can you do with 2 voices? So we have an E minor scale, ascending and descending, and the lower voice is very chromatic. Yes. And so Bach exhausts all the permutations of this material. The next piece couldn't be more different. Again, a kind of a Brandenburg concerto. And not chromatic at all. But when we get to the middle section of this piece, then the mood changes, because so one voice says this, and the lower voice imitates, so it's a canon in 4th. So always a quarter note later, the lower voice imitates, and then he turns them around, so it's an inverted counterpoint. And the second duet is in ABA form, so three-part construction. The G major duet is a very gentle dance. Again, it's very useful to know as much of Bach's music as possible, because, for example, in the Goldberg variation, the canon in unisons is exactly the same kind of music, or in the St. Matthew Passion, the soprano aria at the beginning of the St. Matthew Passion. And finally, the A minor duet. Tempestuous and very dramatic, full-blooded music. So first you have an A minor triad, and then the three notes descending. So always he is using just those three neighboring notes, descending and ascending. And then come a dancing third motif enters, but in the bass we can still hear the three-note motif. So these are the four duets, these little masterpieces that are very seldom heard. So please listen to them with attention.